John Wayne taking on Frogstomp. This will be a great one. It is our second quarterfinal match. We have last year's regional champion, John Wayne, facing off against Frogstomp. Let's take a look at the numbers, Nasher. Pretty even, a little different than we saw in our last quarterfinal.
Yeah, pretty even all around. John Wayne kind of known for how he slows the game down. He's able to really get in his opponent's head just by keeping control of the puck in the offensive zone. Obviously, Frogstomp, more of an offensive-minded player, he thinks. He's going to be pushing on John Wayne, especially after that first game.
So those are the numbers that you need to know. While we have a moment, let's meet John Wayne, the Alaskan assassin.
I'm John Wayne Casagranda, and I'm from Anchorage, Alaska. So this year it's going to be a little bit different, a little more known. People kind of know what I'm going to do. So it'll be interesting to see how I'm able to adapt. Just going to slow the game down if I can. A lot of circling, neutral zone trap, a lot of circling, a lot of trying. If he don't have the puck, he can't score. So I'm going to try to hold on to it as long as I can, and we'll see what happens. Blessed to be here. I'm going to have fun with it. And win or lose, I mean, at the end of the day, it's been one heck of an experience.
The pride of Alaskan Airlines making his presence felt here in the tri-state area, guys. Just a short time ago, John Wayne and Frogstomp played through their first game of the series. Let's take a look at those highlights. Exciting to say the least here in game one.
Yeah, I mean, John Wayne, as much ice in his veins as ice in his hometown. I mean, he just is calm, cool, and collected. And no matter what, nothing really phases him when he is in competitive play, especially at in-person, otherwise known as LAN tournaments. He always delivers, Nasher.
Yeah, just look at this offense. You see him curling around the corners. He's going to take his time behind the net. A lot of these guys, they really like to push and play aggressive and try to make this go as fast as possible. No, John Wayne, you know what? I'm going to slow this game down, keep my cool, keep myself composed, and we see him with a huge first game 4-0 win.
All right, let's start game two of the series between John Wayne and Frogstomp.
When asked about Frogstomp, John Wayne said he's heard he's improved a lot since qualifiers. They haven't played all that much before meeting here on stage today. Meanwhile, a one-word answer from Frogstomp in describing John Wayne, Alaska. Very, very, very short and to the point.
But accurate.
But accurate, yes, indeed. So game two is just about underway here. John Wayne is leading 1-0 in the series. Colorado for Frogstomp in the home colors and the white away colors. Arizona Coyotes, his beloved Yotes for John Wayne, a huge Yotes fan. In fact, he was involved in the Arizona Coyotes esports event last September. I believe that was the first NHL club esports event. We already have a power play, and that will be for John Wayne. Man advantage early on.
That's going to be a big penalty there for Frogstomp. Obviously, John Wayne really good at using the space that he's given. Even with 5 guys on the ice, with 4, he's got extra room to work with. You can see him. He's going to be looking for that cross-crease one-timer.
So let's see what happens on this power play here. Yep, there's that cross-crease right there, but Frogstomp able to telegraph it. Meanwhile, Frogstomp with an opportunity here. And you will notice some of the settings are left on for Frogstomp. Maybe give a little bit of an explanation of that, Nasher.
I really don't know why he does it, but he has the trainer on. He likes the view, having that available, that he's able to just see kind of what's going on the ice. For some reason, though, he likes to have the one that's telling him how to poke check, how to hit, how to shoot. For whatever reason, it's good luck for him. Maybe a little superstition.
Get a look at the controllers there as both men working their way through this second game. Best 2 out of 3 with John Wayne representing Arizona on top 1-0.
So whenever you see the players spinning around in a full 360, that is the index fingers at work. That L trigger is what it's called, the LT in PlayStation 4, and the puck will miss the net, and that's when you will see the ballerina type action, as they say. Some innovative, creative offense.
Yeah, a lot of the guys look to do that as they enter the zone. You'll see them kind of approach the blue line, maybe right when they pass the blue line. They'll hit LT. We just saw Stomp do it there. They're trying to build space. They're trying to lead to poor defense. So a lot of guys, they'll try to push forward, try to make that big hit, kind of bounce off, and that's what leads to good opportunities.
So what you're saying is the good folks at EA Sports have come a long way since the old toggle sticks of ColecoVision.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a bit.
Just look at what we're watching. It pretty much is like real hockey here. It's unbelievable.
Todd, you might be stuck in ColecoVision.
Oh,
but
what's wrong with Coleco? Don't hate on ColecoVision.
Here's a face.
We got a good
I have a receipt coming for that, by the way, folks. Don't worry. And that might be another. A 4-on-4. That penalty was short-lived.
No.
So interesting in John Wayne, he says he likes to slow the game up a lot. Is that something that Frogstomp Nasher could take advantage of?
Yeah, Frogstomp more of an offensive-minded player, so I think if he can be the guy to control the puck in the zone, which he's doing so far on this 4-on-4, he's going to really get into the mind of John Wayne. John Wayne likes having the puck, likes having it on his sticks, and likes having the chance to just really control the offense. So if Frog's able to counter that and set up an offense of his own, this should be an interesting matchup.
Here's John Wayne in the offensive zone. It is a 4-on-4, so for John Wayne, it's just more space in his mind, just 2 less competitors to take up space, and he scores, opens the scoring with more available to him. It's 1-0.
Wow, that spin out of the quarter, really creative pass from John Wayne. Beautifully done as he's able to get it to the front of the ice. We see a lot of space there in the middle, especially 4-on-4. He's able to make use of it, a beautiful one-timer across the middle.
John Wayne, of course, one of the few champs in the NHL club esports scene this year. Tampa Bay Lightning, Detroit Red Wings won prize money, took home the top position in both of those tournaments. It just seems like you could claim him to be among the best in-person tournament competitors in the entire scene.
Oh, absolutely. He continues to show up again and again. Anytime he enters and attempts to play in a tournament, we see him just come out and dominate. And we'll see if he can do that again here on the big stage.
And for those of you wondering where he got his name, grandparents, one named John, the other one named Wayne.
But how did he get the name Alaskan Assassin?
I think one individual named Arda Okal might have given that to him.
And where did Frogstomp come from?
This is what I knew was coming. Nasher, why don't you... No.
I'm not...
Frogstomp, everyone was
not.
like, where did that come from? And the only person in the room that knew, enter Silverchair. Arda, the stage is yours.
It was the name of their first album, and the check's in the mail. I just really wanted to get that in there. Thank you to... Thank you to the entire crew.
I have a feeling you're going to be
for letting me get that in there.
Silverchair roadie in the next tour. I'm with the band.
Puck is in the behind the net. There's Max Domi for Frogstomp. So the reason he picked the name is he just happened to see the album. His dad had the album in his collection. He was like, oh, this sounds cool. I'm going to take it as my gamer tag.
That's awesome.
Here's Darlene and a big one-timer and right at the doorstep, but a save made there. Devin Dubnyk is the goaltender for Frogstomp. Meanwhile, Marc-Andre Fleury for John Wayne. John Wayne has Sidney Crosby as his captain and Tyler Toffoli as one of his assistants. Meanwhile, Nathan McKinnon is Frogstomp's captain with Ristolainen and John Carlson as his, wearing the A on the sweater. There's Pasternak. A one-timer there. Crosby can't find it. Still has the puck behind the net, though. A battle there will be won by Kucherov. Kucherov will lose it, however, and Crosby now has it with a man open in front of the net, trying to find it, but Dubnyk will cover up.
So, Nasher, how does Frogstomp wake the offense up? How does he get something in that zone and get some shots on goal?
Oh, it's tough, right? Playing defense against a guy like John Wayne is near impossible. He's able to work around the net, behind the net. If he's looking for the cross crease across the middle, Frogstomp covers that, but then John Wayne uses the wraparound and is able to find space there. So really, he's just got to focus on his defense, kind of letting John work around and waiting for him to make a mistake instead of pushing and being too aggressive.
John Wayne playing the possession game in the offensive zone with 1:30 left in the first period. He is up by 1, looking for one more, perhaps, before the close of the period.
And what was his strategy? He told us, if you don't have the puck, you can't score. So he loves that possession. He loves the 1-0 lead. Remember, he has a 1-game lead, and Frogstomp there, it looked like he had a momentary offensive flash, but it goes awry.
So the period will wind down, and it will be a 1-0 lead for John Wayne at the end of the first.
Remember this one? The winner moves on to face that man, Junior Pens, who is sitting, waiting, and waving. All right, let's take a look at the first period highlights, guys. Just one goal coming early from John Wayne.
Yeah, look at John Wayne, able to build this space. And look at the pass. A little backhand right across the middle, able to get it done. Let's bounce back in here to the second.
Second period underway. If you were coaching Frog Stomp right now, Arda, what would you tell him he needed to do better?
I would tell him that you got to get pucks on net. You have to take as many shots as you can. The kitchen sink. Do it now. Don't wait for the third period, right? Get those opportunities, Nash, as much as you can here because, I mean, you are facing elimination right now, and John Wayne is known to just play that suffocating style of play such that you won't get many chances. So take advantage while you can. As John Wayne has the puck in the neutral zone, Carlson will corral it for Frogstomp. Frogstomp is also a native of Colorado.
I want to give a shout out to the Colorado Golf Club.
Oh, no. Bad play.
Oof. And this will be another power play, but this time it'll be for Frogstomp. What can he do with the man advantage here? Let's see. In preparation for the tournament, he played the Canadian champion Nuclear a lot. He said he played a couple games with Young Gren as well. So a lot of practice against elite-level players for Frogstomp going into this one.
He's got to win this game or he is eliminated as John Wayne has a 1-0 lead, best 2 out of 3.
He has Matt Barzal on the ice too, Nasher. We saw how effective Matt Barzal was in the Canadian regionals with Nuclear on his team. I mean, Barzal was basically the MVP of that entire tournament.
Right, it's all about the matchups, not necessarily a first-line guy. Barzal, I think, is on the second line here, but really just the matchups when you're matching that second line versus second line, or maybe you get a mismatch with the second line versus third line on the ice. That's when you can really start to see things shake up.
Here's opportunity here, and you'll notice that right there. Maybe a shot could have been taken there. Instead, was looking for the one-timer, a more high percentage opportunity.
Kind of went San Antonio Spurs on that, making the extra pass. Maybe he didn't need to.
Oh, no.
Coach Pop might have been happy there.
There you go. On the counter, nothing doing.
Worth mentioning, this is Frogstomp's first ever attempt at qualifying for an esports tourney. So he doesn't have a ton of experience in this. He hasn't even attempted to try to qualify for any of the individual team tourneys that we had this year. He attempted once and only once, made his way here to the GWC, and he's playing one of the best, John Wayne.
Not bad.
Not too shabby
He's
at
1
all.
for 1. He's batting 1,000 on qualification. How about that?
Oh,
Misses the net there, does Frogstomp. Meanwhile, here's Skinner for John Wayne. Brings the puck into the offensive zone. Lindholm has it. Will spin back around. Waiting for a defensive chess move. Instead, he'll just dance right in to create some space there. Still has the puck. Cycling around. Will go behind the net. Perfectly happy to let the defenders come towards him because he feels like he can defeat them and move beyond them, and instead draws the penalty.
Did you see that spin move behind the net as well? He made a spin, got around 2 defenders. Stomp, obviously thinking he had to get aggressive, forced both guys behind the net, and John Wayne able to spin off it and draw the penalty.
Crosby to Rantanen between the hash marks. Couldn't find the net. Meanwhile, here comes Frogstomp, who is on the penalty kill. Trying to pass between the legs, the puck will get to the net. Not in a dangerous position, however, but he still has it. Loses it finally. And now it'll be Letang and Crosby to Rantanen. Rantanen for John Wayne. Into the offensive zone to Crosby. Crosby behind the net. Look at that patience right there. He will wait. A pass there! And yes, patience is a virtue, and it pays off.
so is threading the needle.
Wow.
That pass was a thing of beauty.
That's Sidney Crosby doing work. Of course, Sidney Crosby, John Wayne's first pick in the draft, coming in huge for him. He's able to just really do what he wants on the side of the net there, especially with the man advantage. Frogstomp, nothing he could do there.
We should note that when we asked John Wayne about his team, he wasn't really that enthusiastic about it, Nasher. Why was that?
He said his team is slow. Now, I looked at his lineup. He's got Crosby, Rantanen, Pasta, Barkov. You wouldn't think it's a very slow team, but I think once we get down to those third and fourth lines especially, he just felt like, especially when he was screaming against other top players, he wasn't able to get anything going. But we've seen, at least so far, he's adapted well and overcome it.
Rumor has it that John Wayne was on fire last night with the karaoke.
I believe
Sources
he became,
tell me.
yeah, he
Sources
was
tell me.
the karaoke champion of New York. Like, how lucky are we to be in his presence right now?
Well, he just falls in the line of all those great Alaskan singers. I mean, come on.
Right?
You know,
so
like,
many.
We'll get back to that later. 2-0 with 4 to play here in the second.
And that will be a penalty, yes, a big trip in the offensive zone.
So Frogstomp inflicting some self-damage here.
We're going to see John Wayne do the same thing that he's done for all of these power plays, really just get set up in the corner behind the net. He's able to cut across and make those one-timers happen from anywhere on the ice. You can look for that here in the next minute 35.
So under 3 minutes left in the second period. John Wayne with a 2-0 lead and a 1-0 lead in this series. Frogstomp needs more opportunities on net in order to get back into this one. John Wayne has just been playing the possession game to perfection in the offensive zone. Has been able to beat every single one-on-one. Look at that right there. Just dancing in front of the net and takes his own rebound. And scores, makes it 3-0, a commanding lead.
Nasher, 3-0 is a huge lead, but how much of a confidence boost is it psychologically when you shut someone out?
Oh,
the big goose egg up.
It's huge, especially with how many goals he's scoring. Pretty much everything he's throwing on the net is working. I don't even think he expected that one to go in. Kind of a lucky bounce on the rebound. Couldn't quite get the save, and he's able to bear it. Right now, he's just going to throw everything on net, keep this thing going, and keep playing aggressive.
How key is it that he's somehow finding a way to just win those one-on-one matchups, Nash? Or just the fact that he's able to move the puck so seemingly effortlessly to the front of the net.
Yeah, a lot of it's just happening in the corner. We see a lot of board play. We see a lot of pinning on the boards where Frogstomp usually kind of has the opportunity to move it up the ice fast. John Wayne's cutting that off instantly, getting control of the puck, and just playing his game in the corners and behind the net.
Clock ticks away, a commanding 3-0 lead for John Wayne after 2.
Wow. So if you're Frogstomp, you are in the world of hurt, the big hole now. You got to find some way to dig it out. He's got to come back with at least 3 goals, force us into overtime, or get 4 because he is already down a game, guys. If he loses this one, his day is done. His mom, Casey, looking on, saying, "My son can do it. He can do it."
And those Hockey Kings to Mom's left there. One of the preeminent competitors in the NHL 19 community, a rising star in his own right here on location in Stamford, Connecticut as well. Frogstomp, a loss here will be very hard to drink. However, he still has some time to get back into this one. 3 people got that reference, and thank you for noting. Here's Rantanen for John Wayne. It was a silver chair lyric, okay?
Crickets.
I got
Crickets.
one.
I didn't even know it was a silver shirt reference.
Crickets on us.
It was
This guy, hashtag no fan.
All right, fine, no more.
Silver
Yeah,
chairs
no
jumping up and down right now. Go, they just said us. They just mentioned us.
Battle
Carrying the
one.
weight of Colorado and an entire band on his shoulders. Frogstomp now trying to get himself back into this one. Down 3-0, already down a game.
Look at that placement right there. Just incredible movement by John Wayne. Anybody watching this is thinking, wow, I have my work cut out for me if I have to play John Wayne moving forward. Junior Penn's watching, trying to take notes here on how to stop John Wayne.
But Nasher, if you watch this, I mean, the goals are great. The shooting, the passing is stellar. But the defense, I mean, he is just bodying up everything that Frogstomp brings at him.
Right, he hasn't allowed a goal so far in this tournament, winning the first game 4-0, currently up 3-0. I thought I was going to be the jinx there, but no. Big save by
I thought we were
Fleury.
going to get a just kidding moment there. I really felt it coming.
How about that save? No, overall, though, we've seen John Wayne just really control this play from his own end to the other end. He's able to control this puck pretty much instantly. His poke checks are on point. He's pinning players on the boards when he needs to, making those big hits. Overall, John Wayne playing pretty much a picture-perfect game.
One thing that Frogstomp would say about his beloved Colorado is that it's beautiful there. The mountains are so nice to look at, especially when there's snow. But he also said, Todd, that it's really getting crowded. So basically he's saying, don't move there. Just visit and then leave. Surprisingly, he doesn't ski or snowboard either, though.
I know, I don't get that.
I'll take it.
And that would be a penalty there. And John Wayne's just saying, take it. That's my fault. That's my
bad.
I think that was actually an intentional penalty there from John Wayne. He saw the cross crease open on the back door. John Wayne said, hey, I'll go to the PK instead. We can kill this thing off instead of giving him a for sure goal off that pass that most likely would have went in.
John Wayne, though, the aggressor on the penalty kill. Frogstomp has a very athletic family as well. His brother Brody plays competitive AAA hockey for the Colorado Rampage. Meanwhile, sister, 15 years of age, plays competitive soccer.
And the cover-up. Look at you, getting You're looking for the
That's my
invitation.
best Pierre Maguire
You are
impression.
looking for the Thanksgiving invitation to Colorado and 18 rounds of free golf.
I'll take the 18 rounds of free golf.
All day.
8:15 left in the third period, and it is a 3-0 lead for John Wayne. As John Wayne, the lead pass to Barkov, and then again spinning around. Oh my gosh. It's just it's poetic. It's just beautiful to watch. It's like he's a conductor of just a well-oiled machine of an orchestra, just like every single note in perfect place in this matchup.
Nasher, worth noting, though, that Braden Greenwood, also known as Frogstomp, one of the youngest competitors here, just 19 years of age.
Oh, yeah, it's tough coming into these tournaments. Obviously, like we said earlier, this is his first time attempting to qualify for an esports event. So for him to make it onto this big stage, under the lights, with the cameras, it's tough, especially at that age. I know, 5-6 years back, if I was in this spot, I would be shaking under the pressure. Just to see him come here, he's composed. He's going to try to fight back, and he still has 5 minutes to do it.
That's cool.
And there it is. The deadlock has been broken. The caster's curse. We talked about the shutout, and it's gone.
Did you hear Nasher just set it up perfectly? Boom,
Yep.
like that.
Stop
like
my word, and it's in the back of the net.
It's just the opposite of just kidding.
How about that one?
Frogstomp gets the first goal on John Wayne in this tournament, and there is life. 5 minutes to go, down 3-1. He has to win this, or he is eliminated.
That was the not kidding.
Not kidding.
Frogstomp did say in our player interviews yesterday, it is surreal to be here.
Right.
But he's putting all of that aside. He still has time for 2 goals. Let's see what happens here. It's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, so there are there's plenty of time left for more opportunities here. Let's see what he can do with it. But John Wayne, again, though, that possession game is going to just kill a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if we're going to see Frogstomp attempt the goalie pull with 2 minutes left. It's going to be tough, and he's got to get possession of this puck, obviously get it out of the zone before he even tries that, if he will.
Had a great defensive effort there on the cross-crease pass. Did Frogstomp, but again, look, there's only a minute left in the third period, and now still chasing after the puck there. Gets it now, 53 seconds. What can he do? The lead pass to Smith, across the blue line. Kucherov. Puck doesn't make it through. It's behind the net, and now gets away with it, does John Wayne. 40 seconds to go.
And this is where he's just a master, guys, when he controls the puck, takes his time, is patient. Little turnover there, but maybe too little too late now. We come up on 30 seconds to go.
Still 3-1 is your score. John Wayne just expertly keeping the puck in the neutral zone. Great defensive effort, meeting him at the blue line. 20 seconds to go now. Frogstomp just can't establish himself in the offensive zone. And it looks like we are heading towards the dream matchup here at the American Regional Finals. As the clock ticks away, it will be John Wayne meeting Junior
Good
Pence.
game, bro. You played really well.
Oh, good game, man. Good game. Couldn't get like any shots off in the first and second.
I know, yeah. Third period definitely got it on, for sure. That big glove save was crazy, too.
Yeah.
But good game, man.
Yeah, good game. Good luck.
Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man.
So John Wayne, Frogstomp, congratulating one another on a great matchup. And it will be, as you said, the matchup that everyone was looking for in the semifinals.
And I talked about it in my preview at NHL.com for the American Regional Finals. John Wayne and Junior Pence, as we get a little bit of final thoughts there by those two competitors. John Wayne and Junior Pence, both extremely successful in the NHL video game, in the Chell community, but two completely different paths to get here. As analytics-based as Junior Pence is, as we've talked about, John Wayne is the complete opposite. Nasher, we asked him, how are you preparing for the regional draft? He said, I'm just going to get regs to help me.
Yep, absolutely. We saw Junior Pence with the simulation, with the statistics, and then John Wayne, hey, you know what? I'll pick him. I'll ask Regs. Hey, Regs.
Yeah.
Regs told me to pick him.
Jay Fear tells me this. I'll pick that guy. Sure, why not? Hockey Kings help me out too.
Karaoke the night before.
Yeah, why not?
So it's the scientist versus the guy that flies by the seat of his pants.
It's like the analytics. You know, in hockey, you always have that discussion: the analytics versus the eye test. That's this in Chell right now.
Well, that is the semifinal that everyone is looking forward to. Guys, let's go back and look at the highlights of this one. And it was a defensive struggle early on. But as you know, John Wayne, once he gets possession and once he gets a lead, it's just smothering.
Yeah, we saw his pass is just absolutely beautiful. He's able to find just an inch of space, make the pass through. Look at this. We have the fans.
Carson, the dog's getting a shout out.
Carson. John Wayne's, of course, golden retriever. You've probably seen that on social media. Here's John Wayne again, spinning behind the net. Sidney Crosby just doing work. Look at him going back and forth, and again, finding the space between the skates to bury it.
And once you give John Wayne any sort of lead, it's very difficult to get back into the game. As you see here, he just adds to the lead, just finds the puck. I mean, he's so good at creating high-danger chances all on his own.
And that was it. He said Carson, the golden retriever, getting a shout out. Yeah, come on, seriously. With the Coyotes bandana, are you kidding me?
Like and retweet. I mean, come on.
Oh, that is
Look at
so
the
cute.
Yotes bandana, too.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not crying, you're crying. That was terrible. All right, so the big matchup is there, guys. John Wayne moving on, taking on Junior Pence. Did you see anything from John Wayne as we take a look at the brackets that made you think, oh, maybe he's susceptible. Maybe it's Junior Penn's year to roll through this thing?
Listen, both of these guys had very dominating first game and first series performances. We see Junior Penn's up 2-0 over Fisher. John Wayne, of course, up 2-0 over Frogstomp. And seeing those guys go head-to-head, that is going to be the matchup of the day. I'm telling you, this could easily go to Game 3. All of them could go to OT. We'll see what happens.
Well, we are getting set for the next semifinal to see who will move on. Again, only 2 guys can go to Vegas. So in that one semifinal, it looks like maybe those are the 2 best players, but one of them is not going to Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, that's the drama of the best 2 out of 3 single elimination format. I absolutely love it. As much as many people would love to see those 2 competitors make it to Vegas, it might be agony and ecstasy. One will be so happy to be there, another one might not be, but it's going to make for high drama here.